Hi.
Welcome to my crib. Yeah, this is my my house where I live in this tiny room. So this is my shrine of things that make me happy. My Furbies. There's no batteries in them, so they will not wake me up at night. Oh yeah, here is my other place of like memories and nice things. This is with my brother and his wife when we went to Tokyo Disney Sea. I always try to take these checky pictures or Instax pictures. And here's just my internet, but it had annoying lights, so I put this on it. Because it's like when you're trying to sleep at night, this shit is blinking like crazy. It's so annoying. So I just poof and it's gone. In a small house, it's very good to have a lot of hooks like this to hang stuff. I also have these, and these are actually for the Japanese kiddie backpacks. They're on the city and you can put them on here, but they're also great just to hang like my coat or my bag. I have 3 of them. One at the door and 2 here as some kind of like little rack. Super convenient. Also I have these hooks here. There's more here. There's a whole rack here with even more. When the house is so tiny, you kind of have to use it like as a three-dimensional space, which it of course is, but you really have to think, okay, how can I not use only the floor but also the walls and not the ceiling, but you could almost even use the ceiling if you wanted. Oh, I put this up as a laundry rack. So I ordered these wooden things. You can because this is a rental apartment, you're not allowed to really drill holes or something, so I put these up, and well, you just with tension they're stuck, and then I installed this rod to hang my laundry. Here is all my laundry stuff, so it's out of sight, and my vacuum cleaner, which also had an annoying light, which I don't like. Unfortunately today it's very cloudy. Otherwise you could see the tip of Mount Fuji on, like above the buildings, but today you cannot see anything. Yes, let me show you my fake tatamis. Well, they're real, but there's just a normal floor below here. And this, yeah, like I said, it's a rental apartment. It's quite old, and I don't know what the previous owner was doing, but the floor just looks quite disgusting. So there's these stains. I always wanted to have a tatami floor, so I ordered these online, and you can just put them on top of it, and looks great, I think. Also, it makes it easy to sleep on the floor, which is in this kind of apartment very convenient. So I have my foldable futon, and well, at night I just put it like here. So, but it's good because now if I'm in my bed, I have my TV. Tiny, well, it's not really a TV, it's a screen. It's the crappiest one I could find. And then this is my own old Apple TV, and this is just a sound bar I got in Hardolf. So this is just my like cheap YouTube contraption. Yeah, so this is my bed. And I have my tea here, and I can put my snacks here and my book, so I can just, it's perfect. And my TV. Oh, also, I made this. This was an old bed sheet and I made it into a pillowcase. So happy. This is my plushie I got from Disney when I gave a talk there about autism, and they gave me this, so now it lives here. Also, what lived here there used to be a bat. When I first got the keys to this apartment, there was a very weird smell, and I was like, what's this? And then I was like looking into that, and I thought there was a mouse, which is weird because we're at the 10th floor, but I was just like calling the maintenance company like, I guess there's a mouse in my wall. And then the guy came and opened it up, and it turned out it was a bat. Well, the bat moved out, like when we opened it, the bat was scared and he just left. But then we had like the whole like bat poop and the smelly shit, so we really cleaned it out, and I ventilated it for a long time, and then we closed up the front of that, so there cannot be new bats coming in. It was very cheap, 35,000 yen. Because I am a foreigner and I don't have somebody to guaranteeing for me, I had to pay more because there's some kind of insurance then that somebody else will pay if I don't. So the rent for me is 40,000 yen, which is 243 euros and 17 cents. Then I have like, you know, gas, water, internet, but it's not that much because it's just a small apartment. So yeah, it's quite cheap. Oh, and it's not like I live in some kind of middle of nowhere. I live in Hachioji, which is in Tokyo, but it's the edge, the western edge of Tokyo. But it's still like 30 minutes with the train to Shinjuku. So if I want to go to the city, I'm there in like a little over 30 minutes. Yeah, as you probably have seen, I have so many Disney things. Disney has always been quite important for me. It started when I was around 7, and my dad and stepmom got married and they went to Disneyland Paris on their honeymoon with me. And that was the first time I went there. I was really like amazed. And when I was a teenager, I went to Disneyland Paris with my best friend, and we really wanted to go, so we worked for a whole year. We were like plucking tomatoes and saving our money, and saved for a year to go. That adventure just gave me this belief in myself, like if I want something, I can just, you know, take a piece of paper, write down like, okay, every month save this, do this, get a job, save the money, and then you can actually do it. Coincidentally, it's also like the Disney slogan, basically, like if you can dream it, you can do it, and when you wish upon a star, da da da. Yeah, that always has been very important to me, and also it was the reason why I came to Japan in the first place. In 2008, one of my friends was here for a few months, and she asked me like, oh, you want to come to Japan? And I didn't really know Japan, but I did know they had Tokyo Disneyland, so I really wanted to go there because I wanted to visit all the Disneylands in the world. So Tokyo was still on my list, so I was like, yeah, I'm coming. I don't know why, but there's Disneyland, so I guess. So that's why I went to Japan for the first time. And of course Disneyland here is the most amazing. So now when I'm decorating my house and I find stuff from, it's for me it's mostly Disney parks. So most of my goodies here are not just Disney goodies, they're Disney park goodies. Like this is from Disney Sea. This little thingy is Happy Moo Year 2009 from Tokyo Disney Resort. It's a year of the cow, I guess. And it's so cute. Like, look at this, like, there's like, they have kimonos on and stuff. I just like this, and you can find this in thrift stores for like, I don't know, 50 cents, €1. So yeah, why would you ever buy a boring plate if you can get this? Also, all the storage tins are from Disney. Japanese really care about giving other people like snacks. Like if you went to Disneyland, you have to bring somebody else snacks. So they sell a lot of like these tins of cookies and chocolates and stuff. So yeah, these tins end up in a thrift store and then I'll buy them. So I installed these curtains because it keeps my room warmer. Especially because my front door is directly outside, like to the stairs, and it's quite cold. So I just put this. Hey. Let me introduce you to the ugly brown bathroom. But it has very convenient magnetic walls, so I'm not complaining. Like I said, this apartment is quite old, but it's magnetic. So you can just hang all these things on the wall, which is super convenient. So this is stuff from Yamazaki. This is like my favorite brand in Japan. They sell all these metal white or black racks and little hooks and little tools. Like this whole hook is also from them, and it's specifically made for like Japanese style like door frames. So you can just, you know, squeeze it and it stays here, and you can hang this rod or you can hang something else. More Yamazaki rags. So, and here's my kitchen, which I don't use. But before you think I just eat crap all day, no, I have a kitchen downstairs, which is just as tiny, but a bit better. So I use that. Because this house, like, you can put a refrigerator here, but then where do you put your trash? I don't know. So my trash is here. So there's no place for a refrigerator. I have a refrigerator downstairs, so I guess that's why. Also, I'm just always in the office anyway. So, like, for example, for lunch, I'm there anyway, so I might as well have breakfast there. I have a kettle, so I can, like, boil water, and I have my cup noodles and my microwave rice here, just in case I'm hungry and I don't want to go down. Look at how organized this is, though. This makes me so happy. Just organizing everything. And here's all my tools. I have way too many. It's my mirror. You can see I put it up too high and then the door couldn't open anymore. But here is my shoes. Yeah, so this is just all clothing. Like pants, sweaters, mostly Disney, t-shirts, color coordinated, of course. Japan always has been a place where I felt more relaxed for some reason. I feel like I can be more myself, and as an autistic person, it's also very interesting, like, people don't notice I'm autistic because every time I do something that's out of the norm, they will contribute that to me being a foreigner instead of me being autistic. I feel like I can be more myself, but also the Japanese culture by itself already fits me better because on average the people are more polite, more quiet, more considerate of each other. They don't like noisy places. I mean, they do, but the noisy places are very clearly the noisy places, you know? So it's like, of course karaoke is noisy, izakayas are noisy, but trains are not. And the distinction is very clear, like this is a noisy place and this is not a noisy place. So you can just decide how you're, like, okay, today I want to have a lot of things going on, so I'll go there. Today I want to enjoy some peace and calm, so I just go to nature. I just really like it here. And after I went for the first time to visit my friend, I decided I want to go back to do some photography because at the time that was my main thing. And then, like, every year almost I wanted to go back, and at some point I stayed longer and longer, and at first I started to work on my own website and then other people's websites and tried to just do some photography before I left and then take the retouching work and then just do it in Japan. Until at some point I decided maybe I want my place in Japan. So that's when I decided to try to do that. But then a nice pandemic happened and I was not able to do it for 14 months. You can read all about this in my book. But eventually it all worked out. So now I'm here for a little more than 2 years now. And yeah, I'm still very happy with my decision to move. Let's go to work.